Welcome to the brand new channel, y'all. This is Goat Herd, where we'll be giving others a turn. And today we're giving another turn to Chinchilla. Y'all told me y'all wanted me to do fingers live for HungerTV, so that's what we're gonna be doing today. So shout out to Chinchilla. She blew me away twice already. We're gonna get right into this one. I wanted to throw her just right on the Goat Worthy page because she's so goated already. But I want to make one thing clear: this channel isn't just to find a goat and then put him to Goat Worthy. No, I'm building both channels up. So we're going to be reacting to goats on this channel as well. So, being I just discovered her, like on a grand level now, right? Because I've done chalk outlines before. But being that I'm just now getting into who she is, her own artistry, I don't know. I kind of want to keep her on Go Her just because she's going to help build the channel. And I just feel like she gets more attention on this channel. As far as like on my other channel, it's flooded with a whole bunch of other artists, a whole bunch of other reactions that I don't want her to get lost in the sauce. I want her to get her respect and her just due. So that might sound crazy because this channel has less subscribers, but it ain't about that. Those subscribers are there for like Eminem, Harry Mack, and all the other stuff. So I want to build Chinchilla's fan base here on Go Herd. So let's get right into it. Chinchilla Fingers Live. Let's pull this up for y'all real quick. There we go. Turn that up, turn that up.
Probably saw me let go. Panicked and you said hello. Swallowing the words you say. You know I'm not okay. Bleed me till I rain cold. Now you're coming back for more. You know me, you know I'll cave, but scars will never fade. So meet me to a clock the same as always. Favorite spot. And one by one I'll cut your fingers clean off, so you can never pull me down. One by one I'll box them up, scream murder. No, you can never hurt no one.
Woo!
So tell me where you're gone. And tell me, is the fun gone? Whoa, maybe I should shed a tear.
Teasing him.
This was me last year.
Yes.
So meet me late at night where no one hears us. I won't bite. And one by one I'll cut your fingers clean off, so you can never pull me down. One by one I'll box them up, scream murder, so you can never hurt no one. Hell hath no fury like a man's scorn. And when I cut your fingers clean off, so you can never pull me down. One by one, I'll box them up, scream murder, so you can never hurt no one. And if I were you, I wouldn't wanna fall asleep.
Oh,
Karma's coming back for you.
go get him.
And she's in the shape of me. And if I were you, I wouldn't wanna fall asleep. 'Cause karma's coming back for you.
Always does.
She's in the shape of me, shape of me, shape of one by
God.
So keep them close to you.
Woo-hoo-hoo.
Ay, put your keys in your knuckles like I have to. Ay,
I couldn't even pause it. But I'm about to bring it back though. Oh man. I need to hear the lyrics again. I hope y'all don't mind. I hope the Chinchilla fans are just like the Renegades, where they don't mind when I run it back.
Probably saw me let go. Panicked and you said hello. Swallowing the words you say. You know I'm not okay.
Okay.
Let me tell her rain cold. Now you're coming back for more.
Sheesh.
You know me, you know I'll cave. The scars will
That hurts.
never fade.
That one hurt.
Meet me 2 o'clock the same as
I gotta pause it because this is now I'm really like taking in the lyrics and she's really going in. I like that you know our cave. That one hit me. I feel like a lot of people can relate. I mean, a lot of people should be able to relate to that if you've gone through some turmoil in your own relationship or something like that. But let's talk about it, man. Let's really peel back. Like, probably saw me let go, panicked. You said hello, swallowing the words you say. You know I'm not okay. Here, I feel like Chinchilla, she's like, now she's painting a picture of this manipulative dynamic she's going through, right? So the imagery of letting go and someone panicking when she does, it suggests a toxic cycle where her strength to leave is met with calculated attempts to pull her back. So this dynamic highlights the kind of emotional sabotage people endure when tangled with someone who preys on vulnerability. You know, suckers, women and men go through this as well. Like it's not just for women. I mean, she probably represents every little girl out there, young teenager who are a little bit, not exactly developed in the brain to be able to calculate or understand the calculations that are being played on them, or when their vulnerability is taken advantage of. But at the same time, boys are well, young men as well go through this. I kind of went through this as well, so like I know this is real. So her phrasing of swallowing the words you say, that captures how deeply their manipulation penetrates, even when she's aware of their intentions, is what she's trying to convey. So she's not okay yet. In her brokenness, she still confronts her complicity, though, right? So you know me, you know I'll cave. She says that these lines really expose not only her scars, which she goes on to say, but also just a deep self-awareness about her pattern of yielding to someone who only exploits her in the end, right? Bled me till I ring. Oh my God, these lyrics are so deep. This is why I got to deal with the lyrics. This is why people are like, oh, you got the lyrics and cheating. I'm like, what? I'm not a reaction channel. I'm an analyst. I analyze the lyrics. I'm not just gonna try and remember them and keep rewinding it over and over. Like, no. Bled me till I ran cold. Now you're coming back for more. Is more. This is more. This is one of the more devastating lines in the whole song to me, because the use of bled metaphorically just signifies emotional vampirism, almost, right? So the act of draining someone for their energy, compassion, and sense of self until they're left feeling numb. But here's the twist, though. She doesn't shy away from calling out the audacity of this person who, despite draining her, continues to demand more, right? So this, I guess, is like the pre-chorus. It shifts slightly, signaling like routine and predictability. So 2 o'clock, the same as always, favorite spot. This specification itself makes it personal for you to understand. So she's grounding you and I, or the listener, the viewer, right, in the ritualistic nature of their meetings, right? So which in the end adds like this eerie calm, but before the storm type of feeling, right before the chorus hits. So, and the chorus in itself is just a declaration of defiance, like when you really peel it back. And one by one, I'll cut your fingers clean off, so you can never pull me down. it's like, I understand it's metaphor. It could be literal. But I'm sure literally she'd want to do that. I mean, we've all literally wanted to do that, right? Bring pain to the ones who just made us endure all this trauma throughout our entire time frame. And that time frame could be a month long to 10 years long. It can span for a long time, right? But even in a month, it can feel like forever, right? Because what happens is even after the month, you're traumatized. You don't really remember how to be yourself anymore. You don't know if you was ever yourself to begin with. And now you're just trying to find an identity. And that's the most struggling part, to be free and try to find an identity is something else. You get to pull from different people, different influences, and you try to grow a character with different characteristics. You build the moral ground and such. And it's easier that way. But when you've been traumatized, lied to, manipulated, and just taken advantage of, now you're scared to show vulnerability moving forward. Now you're scared to show strength. You're scared to smile. You're scared to cry. You're scared to be judged. You're scared to dress a certain way. You're scared of so many things. Now all these walls are in front of you, right? And you didn't even build these walls. This person who traumatized you, pretty much, who manipulated you, right? Who took advantage of you, is the one who built these walls. And now it's your duty. That's the messed up part. Is your duty to grab that tool and knock the walls down. Now you got to knock the walls down, right? Hopefully, if you're lucky, you'll meet somebody who's genuinely passionate enough, compassionate enough, daring and loving enough to help you knock down those walls. That's the idea of where we want to go to. But sometimes it's hard to get to that person because you bring your baggage with them, and that can scare the next person. And that's how the cycle continues. It's a trauma cycle. Started with the evil, right? The one who did it with the intention to do so, versus the ones who are just damaged, hurt people, hurt people, hurt people, hurt people. I'm gonna bring my hurt here, and I'm kind of traumatized, right? I got my own situations I'm going through that I'm scared of. So when I hear something that even sounds like something I've been through before, and it may not be it may not even be it, but if it sounds like it and looks like it and walks like it, we're running the other way, right? We're just gonna run the other way. That's just natural human instinct. So it's tough to see what she's going through, and obviously she has a lot of songs that kind of reflect this kind of behavior or this kind of pain, and it just makes me feel terrible for her. I just feel like, dang, she's got bad luck, But one thing I'm gonna say is, no matter how hard but she has faith and love, though. And she may not have sung about it for the past 3 songs that I've done. She may not sing about it so much, but that's what the display is. It's a display of never-ending trial. When she falls in love, she falls hard and she free falls, which is the best way to love, because if you're caught by someone who can love you the same, it feels very safe. Now you know you have a safety net. You have somebody that's always going to be there to catch you. So she's a willing and a daring lover, is what I would say, right? But the thing is, the important thing about who she is as a person, not that we really know who she is as a person, but judging her off the music, she's willing to try again, right? She's willing to try again, and the good thing I would say is that when it happens, she's not quiet about it. She screams it out loud, and she puts the demand of wanting to be used. She shoots that down. She doesn't allow it, and then she becomes almost a symbol for others to maybe not follow, but at least take note of, so that they can learn. I'm rambling, my bad, but yeah. So tell me where you're going. Oh, actually, let me not even skip that. Let's go over this, because I did like what she did here. So in the chorus, though, I like the chorus. So one by one, I cut your fingers clean off. You can never pull me down. So the chorus is where her pain, I feel like, transforms. Now when the chorus comes in, it gets a little more aggressive, right? So now it turns into rage and empowerment at the same time. She's still displaying pain, but it's really like now she's maybe coming to some type of awakening. Maybe, could be that. But cutting fingers clean off, I know it's kind of brutal, but to me it's still metaphorical for not exactly cutting fingers, but severing ties, maybe, right? With this toxic person who has a hold on her, right? So the pulling down symbolizes obviously the emotional weight and the manipulation that dragged her into the despair, right? So the repetition of one by one, that emphasizes a very slow but deliberate reclamation of power, almost, right? So this isn't this isn't an impulsive act of revenge or something that she's doing out of spite. Like, nah, it's now become calculated. She has now flipped the card. Now she's the calculated one, right? Which makes it even more chilling, I feel like. So by boxing them up, which is kind of crazy, right? And screaming murder, she metaphorically, I would say, ensures that the manipulator can no longer hurt her, right? Or anyone else for that matter. And that's what I like to speak to, because I think she puts that message on the forefront of her music. It's not just about her, it's about the accountability she has to take in the role she played in being manipulated, right? And being traumatized. That's the one thing people don't want to face. They don't want to look that in the eye, because they're forced to look in the mirror and say, partially this is your fault. Partially, not all your fault. Right? Not all your fault, and not none of your fault. Don't think you're innocent in all this, right? If you ignore if you ignore the signs, the red flags, then you got to take accountability in that, so that you can learn, so that you can be like, okay, this is where I messed up at. How can I not let this happen again? Because if you don't take any accountability in it, then you're gonna keep blaming the other person, blaming the other person. You're gonna keep getting fooled, keep getting hurt, and then eventually you're gonna give up on love, and then you're gonna just live, you know, possibly sad and lonely. And nobody really wants that, if we're being honest with ourselves, right? Nobody really wants that. But the repetition of one by one, I like that. I like where she was going with that. But at the same time, right, it's just a stark unapologetic, I would just say, she's forcing me and you, the listeners, to just confront the depths of what it means to seek liberation from harm, right? Hold on, my daughter. I need her away from the door, babe. Sorry, baby, I can't get you right now. Yeah, she's trying to come in through the door. I feel so bad. But so tell me where your gun go. I like this right here, because now she's starting to mock him, right? So tell me, where's your gun gone, and tell me, is the fun gone, right? So now, like in the second verse, she's almost like, she introduces like a biting, almost sarcasm now, right? Because it feels like she's taunting her abuser now, right? She's flipping the card, she's exposing their cowardness, and but the question, where your gun gone, that might represent, I'm not gonna say that. Well, I would say it might represent how the threats, once so like daunting or whatever, or controlling, no longer hold power over her, right? So she's making that clear. So the line, maybe I should shed a tear because this was me last year, dog. That takes the narrative full circle now, right? Because a year ago she was a victim, trapped and trembling, but now she's standing in defiance, which is why the hook came off like that. So in the second pre-chorus now, her voice takes almost like a sinister calm. So meet me late at night where no one hears us. I won't bite. This quiet little statement intensifies now the stakes, right? So her promise not to bite is kind of ironic, right? So the listener knows now, we should know right now full well that her vengeance is anything but subtle. You know what I'm saying? She's about to turn up on them. So I would say, if I were you, I wouldn't want to fall asleep. Now she cements her position, right, as the reckoning. Now she's on the other side, where karma here personified as her is what she says, right? In the shape of her, is inevitable and unstoppable. It's coming for you, dog. And we all know that, right? We just know that as karma, but she's taking it upon her own hands to be the karma, right? And she may well fitting be the karma. It may be, sometimes it's the one you hurt that comes back for you. Not always, but yeah, the haunting, I just feel like the haunting nature, the vampirism earlier when she was talking about being drained, and now the haunting nature of this line is, it kind of just further amplifies that she's like, she's in the shape of me, talking about karma, which I would feel like it just underscores that very person, they underestimated, has now been their downfall. I mean, that's what we all want the story to be. And if you're in the story, you want to be the one who pays that vengeance back to them. That some people want that revenge and blood, metaphorically, right? I don't mean literally, but it can't always be you, right? And sometimes you just gotta let God do His work and let the universe, spin the way it's supposed to, right? So hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. And ain't that the truth, dog? Ain't that the truth? Sometimes men can be hurt, this and that, and either they walk away from it all, or I mean, the unalivened rate for men is pretty high, and a lot of it has to do with relationships. So they take one route and women take another other route. You know what I'm saying? And hell hath no fury like a woman's scorn. I hear you. I hear you on that. So I mean, but at the same time, she's using just like an iconic phrase, right? But the whole point is that it ties her song to like a long tradition of just stories about women reclaiming power after betrayal. And I would say, like I said, men and women go through the same thing, but she's representing the women's side, right? So we got to take it for what it is. It's both universal and deeply personal, but speaking to centuries of rage. This is not nothing new. Nothing's new under the sun. This is centuries of rage and hurt and resilience of that women have been carrying for years and years. But anyways, I do want to hear her go out real quick because that end when she started raising her voice, hey yo.
There's no fury like a woman's scorn.
Crazy.
And when I cut your fingers clean off, so you can never pull me down. When I box them up, scream murder, so you can never hurt no one. And if I were you, I wouldn't wanna fall asleep, 'cause karma's coming back for you, and she's in the shape of me. And if I were you, I wouldn't wanna fall asleep, 'cause karma's coming back for you, and she's in the shape of me, shape of me, shape of one by one.
That remind me of, I ain't gonna lie. That remind me of Ren when she did that. Like I forgot where Ren did something similar to that, and I just feel like, man, they really are musical siblings. And what I'm loving about my reactions with Chinchilla is that the deeper I get into her catalog and her persona and who she is in music, the less Ren I see. I just brought that up now because Ren literally did a sound just like that. But throughout this whole time, I was not even thinking about Ren. In my first reaction, I couldn't get Ren out of my head. So it's a growing and learning process, right? I'm learning her more. I'm blown away that she has only 156,000 subscribers. 156,000. Yeah, I thought it was 156, but yeah. That's crazy that she only has 156,000. I mean, and she needs to do more tracks. She does have to do more tracks for Ren. And I don't say that because she can get more buzz, but I just feel like Ren is just that dude, and he is the man of the UK. Like I don't think nobody's above him in the UK. He's the man you need to be plugged in with. But shout out to everybody, man. I appreciate all y'all pulling up, man. I appreciate all y'all, always in the comment section, always giving me new tracks to do. Get in the comment section. Make sure you hit me up and let me know what you want me to do next. Don't forget the Patreon is for all pages. I'm starting a third page as well, but that's for later. Don't worry about that. But yeah, the Patreon is for everybody. So I'm going to be posting exclusives of Chinchilla on the Patreon as well. So make sure you sign up for the Patreon and just let you know I have we have like 400 members on the Patreon. It's lit over there, and Marissa, one of my loyal Patreon members who's been there since the beginning, since when I first started, which wasn't that long ago, it was like 6 months ago, but she's been here for 6 months on my Patreon, and she literally recently made a hefty donation, and she was like, I just want you to give people, she's paying for memberships. So as of right now, I think I still got about another 40 something free members to give out. So hit me up on Instagram. Follow my Instagram. The links is on my page. You know where to find them. It's in the description box below. I don't even got to put them in this video. You guys know where to find the Instagram. Hit me up, and I will help you get on the Patreon. So it's right now. It's free, man. It's tier 3. You see everything. I got over 200, probably over 300 posts now. 300 things worth of content on there. So if you want to check that out, let me know. And I'm gonna be posting more Chinchilla on there, and then. So you get the early release. I'll put it on YouTube, but you get the early view if you're on the Patreon. And there's other cool things on the Patreon. And also, I'm putting out my own music soon. I had a private live the other day. I went live with Ricochet. If you guys don't know who Ricochet is, he's a big graffiti dude out of Cali. He's the one responsible for bringing Harry Mack and Ren together. He brought them together. He told some cool stories on my podcast the other day on Goatworthy about him getting up with Ren, meeting him in Vegas, and then giving him a ride. And then his son was in the back seat. His son looked up to Ren, so he got to introduce his son to his idol. Also, they went to the Harry Mack show. They all got to meet. Like, Ricochet is just a dope individual, and we're gonna do some things together. We're gonna work on some future projects together, I'm sure. We had a good interview. You guys should check that out. It's still on the Goatworthy page. So shout out to Ricochet. But yeah, man. Let me know. Get in the comment section. Let me know what you want me to do next. And we out.
Nah, a young boss and I got bigger plans. Peace to Nipsey Hussle, dog, it's hard to be the bigger man. Pox the GOAT, man, that's hard to tell a Biggie fan. But Slim Ren, we all know they from a different land. Woo! There's still trouble on the way, so I gotta keep grinding, work a double for the pay. Yeah, that's more money in the bank. Still gotta thank God, remain humble every day, baby. I can't fumble on the play. Found Jesus through my speech, I need a rumble in his name. I gave it up to him, I'm saved. Ren showed us through his story, you can muscle through the pain. Pain. Have you ever felt grace? Soul defining, unconfining, tell me, have you ever felt grace? Unrelenting, resurrecting, tell me, have you ever felt grace? A vine that climbs where the root holds fast, a mirror in the shards of broken glass, reflections built to last. Blame the vultures, blame the puffs, blame the culture, blame the nuts, blame the pistol, the bullet that hit you, mass shooter shining up below the gun. Blaming Jesus for all your issues, he still forgives you, you all in one, still protects you and never neglect you, the Father, the Spirit, and the Holy Son. I never realized I was spread so thin, started reacting to my passion, then I let y'all in. I found Jesus through my speech, I'm trying to let go of sin, but if I'm weakened in my knees, I pray he bless my friends. The devil had me for a